All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're going to take one single four-letter word, a word you probably use all the time, and we're going to pull it apart. Why? Well, because hidden inside this super simple word is this fascinating story about how language works and how just 850 words were chosen to try and connect the entire world. Let's dive in. So, I want to start by asking you this. How complex can a really, truly simple word actually be? I mean, it seems like a straightforward question, but the answer, well, the answer tells us something pretty deep about communication itself. And that word is flag. Yep, that's it. We all know it, we've all used it. But what you probably don't realize is that this one word is the perfect example of a much bigger idea, the incredible complexity that's needed to make language feel simple. So to figure this all out, we're looking at the Simple English Wiktionary. It's a dictionary that's literally built for clarity. But here's the funny thing. Its own entry for the word flag shows us just how complicated simplicity can get. Okay, get this. This is a warning that appears on the actual page. A dictionary for simple English is telling us that its own entry might not be easy for everyone to understand. That's our first big clue that there's way more going on with this little word. And here's the reason why. The entry tells us that flag is on the Basic English 850 list. Now, this isn't just some random piece of trivia. It's the whole reason we're talking about this. It means flag is officially considered one of the most essential foundational words in the entire English language. That number, 850, is everything. It's the core of a system called Basic English. The whole idea was to pick a small set of words that were so powerful and so versatile that you could use them to explain pretty much any complex idea out there. And somehow flag made the cut. So let's see why it's so important. We'll start with the form we all know best, the noun. What actually is a flag? Well, as you're about to see, the answer really depends on who you ask. First up, we've got the one we all picture, right? A piece of cloth with a symbol on it, a country's flag, a team banner, that kind of thing. Simple enough. But that's just scratching the surface. The same exact word can also mean a symbol on a ship or the start of a race. And then it completely jumps into the digital world, where it becomes this key term in programming for true or false values and special commands. It's the same word, but the meanings are worlds apart. Let's just hang on to that computing idea for a second, because this is where it gets really cool. As a noun, a flag is a value that records if something happened. But as a verb, it's the action of setting that record. You see how that core idea of marking something as important carries over perfectly from a physical piece of cloth to a line of code? It's pretty amazing. Okay, so now let's flip it and look at flag as an action. The verb to flag is just as flexible, and it all ties back to that original image of a physical piece of cloth. So the main definition is pretty much what you'd expect, to mark something to show it's important. You can flag a page in a book, or you can flag an important email in your inbox. In every single case, it's all about drawing attention to something. And from that one core idea, the meaning just branches out everywhere. You flag down a taxi, a computer system flags an error. And then there's this weird little twist. To flag can also mean to get tired or weak, kind of like a flag drooping when there's no wind. Each one of these carries just a little piece of that original idea of signaling. So we've seen all these different meanings. What's the big takeaway here? Well, it all brings us right back to where we started, the power of basic English, and why it really matters which words you choose. And here's the most important point of all. A word like flag isn't on the basic English list because it's simple. No, it's on the list because it's incredibly versatile. Think about it. It can be an object, an action, a digital state, even a feeling. That's the whole genius of the system, using a small but powerful toolkit of words to build just about any idea you can imagine. And that really leads to one final, much bigger question. If just one word can hold this much meaning inside of it, just imagine what 850 of them could do. Could a shared, simple vocabulary really change how we all connect on a global scale? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this one.